Everyone is talking about manifesting these days, and there's a reason for it. The energy, the collective energy on the planet is shifting, and we are moving into a fifth dimensional reality. And the good news is that manifesting will become a lot easier for all of us. But I do think that there are a few pieces to the puzzle that I want to talk about today, and that is what this video is all about. Welcome to Infinite You. I'm Dr. Sherry. So let's get into this topic of manifesting and how it works. The bottom line is that we are spiritual beings in a physical body, in a physical reality, and we are brilliant at turning thoughts into things. Look around you, look at all of the things that have come into our physical reality that began as a thought. I mean, electricity, wait, I can't get my finger over there, right? Indoor plumbing, living in a home with heat. Think about that. It's really cold here today, right? Just the idea that human beings are designed to observe their reality and then create from that space to bring something new and amazing and magical and powerful into the world for us to experience and enjoy. And we've been doing that for a very, very long time. And so get into the space of simply remembering that you are energetic and your heart center is really integral in that creative process, right? There's energy in your heart chakra. And so the idea is, how can you go from wherever you are right now, if you are experiencing a reality that you're not super wild about, then, let's start talking about how you can change that. Your thoughts create your reality. It is that simple. So, manifesting. Remember what the universe pays attention to the most is your vibration. And so vibrationally, I believe for me personally, it comes from my heart center. It doesn't have to be true for everyone. And that would be, I think, the first big caveat to manifesting. It really matters with all that you hear and people saying, like, I snap a finger and everything comes to me. That's amazing. That's great. And that definitely can be true, particularly in this new energy. But I do want to just take a step back for a moment. And really, as I start talking about my experience intentionally manifesting what I have wanted to create in my life, because we're manifesting all the time with our thoughts, whether we know it or not. And so our reality is shaped by our beliefs and our vibration and our experiences. And remember too, beliefs and thoughts and stories and paradigms, they all hold a vibration. So I'm talking about the vibration of the words that are rolling around in your head, the beliefs that you're holding in your heart and in your soul. And I think that Henry Ford actually said this, if you think you can, it's true. And if you think you can't, it's true. Something like that. So whatever you're thinking, that is your truth. That is your reality. Remember, as I talk about this and what I'd love for you to pay attention to as you watch other people talking about manifesting, lean into the strategies and tips and truths around manifesting that deeply resonate with you. We all process information and integrate it into our way of being in very different ways. And so what may work really well for one person may not work well for another. And I can tell you, and I'm really kind of bearing my soul here to a degree, the quantum field, we're in the quantum field, we are part of the quantum field. We are not separate from it. We are creating in this matrix, in the quantum field, energetically, without question. But in this lifetime, for me, my faith, my personal relationship with God, with Source, with my spirit guides, and my sense of spirituality are really, really, really deeply important to me in this lifetime. And every time I personally slip into the space of, I can do this from the quantum field, that's pretty much all I need, just the energy of it. And as soon as I begin to lose touch with my faith and spirituality and way of being, it feels wonky. It doesn't feel right for me. And so we all have tendencies toward what really deeply resonates with us. So remember how everyone else is manifesting, you do you. It really, really matters. But I want to talk about something a little bit different today. So here we go. And I'm not going to lose my thought, but here we go. Think about the fact that you have thoughts and a vibration that create your reality. What are you thinking? This is why, as a psychologist, to me, like limiting beliefs and the subconscious programming that we all have really, really play into the premise of this. And so, like, old school thinking would have been like way back in the day, money doesn't grow on trees, only people who are lucky get to have money. Money is a huge part of manifesting, right? Money is energy, but we all need it. And like having a lot of money is a really cool thing because it gives us freedom and it gives us the opportunity to help others, right? Money is an amazing tool to create an experience of like whatever we're dreaming of in this lifetime. And then on top of it, we get to help others with wealth consciousness. It's very powerful and it's very good. But if you have wonky things around money or material things or whatever, or you don't believe you're worthy or only lucky people can have such stuff, then like you're tuning in to your limiting beliefs. And another thing to pay attention to is, and what I always say is, think about like your big dream, like all the things you want to have, what you value, right? So like manifesting for me, and I mentioned this in another video, I definitely have always asked for wisdom in this lifetime. I wanted to really fully experience myself in the most self-realized way that I could in this particular lifetime. It was a burning desire in my soul. And the thing about it is, so it doesn't have to be material. It could be any value, anything that you want to grow from or experience or become more self-realized, right? That journey, that personal journey of self-development and self-awareness. So I asked for wisdom, and you never know how it's going to be delivered. I've had a beautiful, amazing life, but I've had a lot of intense experiences that definitely threw me into, like a rocket, threw me into next level self-awareness and understanding and self-realization, right? And so remember, manifesting things doesn't have to be material. It can be an idea. It can be the way that you want to experience your life, right? Like manifesting freedom. How do you go about manifesting something that you value, like freedom, where you get to go and do and be and have whatever you want and just feel, unadulterated joy in the process of just feeling free. And so I always say, if you're not sure what's holding you back, start dreaming really, really big. All the things, the experience, the material things, what you want to see, be, do, have, all of it. Write it all down and really begin to lean into that possibility. I want to be a billionaire. I want to be free. I want to, age gracefully. I want to, whatever. I want freedom, whatever it is we want. I want a giant mansion. I want my life to look like this. Whatever it is you want, write it all down. Because as soon as you write it all down and you start looking at it, your list, you're going to start to hear all of the limits of why you can't have that life. Oh my gosh, why would I think that I deserve this? Who am I to dream like this? Who am I? I'm just a person and we're all here, on the planet, like to just sort of like go from day to day and, get by, or, I have enough and I don't need to have that experience and I'm just a humble little being. And at the end of the day, God is saying for sure, you are way more than just a humble little being. But I did write something down because, and I really want to clarify this before I babble on any further, because it's a personal journey. And so what I wrote down today is, what does it mean to you to truly thrive in your life? It looks different for everyone. And so the question is, what does it mean for you to truly thrive in your life? It could be living on a farm away from technology and, growing gardens and selling your bounty to people at farmers markets. It could be, you know, being able to look up at the sky every night and seeing all the stars. So like really begin to lean into all of the experiences. It could be like, you want to have enough money to hop on a plane and fly first class to Paris for lunch. Everything is a possibility. And so remember, it really is about leaning in to your dreams, to tune in to what you believe is limiting you, and then begin that shift of changing, being aware of those limiting beliefs. And there are definitely tools for that: visualizing, journaling, 369 journaling, writing down affirmations, reprogramming your subconscious mind, really leaning into the person, that quantum person that you want to be. And that is not a journey for everyone right here, right now. We all have different desires and experiences and what we value and really believe is our best life and how we thrive. But for sure, remember, human beings were here to create. That's why we came to this beautiful, amazing planet. And so I do want to get back now to this idea of manifesting, because once you tune in and you get very clear on who you are and who you are not, what you want to be thinking, what you no longer want to be thinking, because it doesn't serve you any longer, this rolls into, once you are connected, it rolls into a new level of clarity. Clarity is essential. The universe cannot deliver to you what you want if you are not clear on what you want. Get clear. Clarity matters more than anything, really. I mean, connection for sure. But get clear on who you are, get clear on what you want, let go of the rest of it. There are plenty of tools to help you reprogram your subconscious mind. You can definitely take it to the next level and understand that when you know who you are, you can transcend energetically any limiting belief that you may hold. You can, in an instant, say, these limiting beliefs are now limitless. I am limitless. You know why? Because you are. You are limitless. So connect, get clear, decide what you're going to do with those limiting beliefs, and remember, energetically, you can handle it for sure at a psychological level. You can handle it and shift for sure at a fourth dimensional intellectual level. Definitely, shift your psychology, shift your beliefs, your way of thinking. Or you can just simply ask, let this go. This is who I really am. So once you get clear, once you know that there are tools, fourth dimensional intellectual psychological tools, like affirmations and journaling and, otherwise, all the things that I said, visualization, right? And I do think that visualization is important, and I'll bring it up here very briefly. Remember, when you're visualizing who you are and what you want in this dream life that you desire, this reality that you are intentionally creating, remember, visualize as you already have it, as if you already have it, right? You don't want any time between. You don't want to wish for, and it will happen someday. If I keep wishing for it, you're now creating time and distance between your current reality and the reality that you want to be creating. So always visualize, lean into the feeling of what your life feels like. So for me, I'd like to build another house. And so when I'm visualizing the house, I'm thinking of all the components that are part of this design that I want to bring onto the earth plane. But I'm also thinking, like, what am I wearing? Am I waking up and having a cup of tea? Am I like, it's sort of like a romantic, like old timey, whatever coffee commercial, like whole or tea, coffee, whatever, holding that mug and like the steam coming out. And I'm, looking out the windows of this home and like there's little dew like on the glass. And I'm looking out at my little saltwater pool and I'm barefoot and I'm wearing like these flowy, pretty clothes. And I feel so happy and so grateful in the moment of like knowing that I had a vision and I brought it to life. Think about how it makes you feel, because the universe is paying attention to your vibration and your subconscious is getting reprogrammed into this new reality that can be yours. So really, like, try to get out of, I will create. No, you are. You're already creating. You're already there. Everything that exists, that will exist, already exists, right? Everything is already here. You're just tuning into the vibration and the frequency of bringing it into the earth plane. So that's the other part of it. Now, the other part that I don't know if anybody talks about all of this that much is, and I do want to say this because I do think that there's a relationship for a lot of people that probably, like, deep down in your programming, you may sort of question, like, I don't get it, like, that person isn't even a good person, like, why are they rich? Why do they have everything that they want and I don't have that? And I'm a really good person, and maybe good people can't be extraordinarily wealthy, right? So like there's a lot of energy and programming around the idea of, if I'm a really good person, then God will reward me or the universe will reward me, or as the case may be. So, how are there people that are just like not self-aware or not like intentionally like heading down a spiritual path of self-realization and all that stuff, and then they're doing really, really well? Here's the thing: they're clear, they're focused, they have a singular one track mind, they feel confident, and they know how to create and manifest. And a lot of it definitely takes aligned action. Can you manifest something in an instant without taking action? Definitely. But humans are really good, right? Like, if we think of all the things, amazing things that we created, and I started the video out with like indoor plumbing and electricity and all that stuff. But like, think about all of the things that human beings have created like over millennia that required action, right? And so inspired action, and I've mentioned this in another video, inspired action, aligned action is the divine masculine aspect. It balances out that yin yang, right? The idea is coming from the feminine aspect and like that state of being and stillness, and that state of like prompting us to create, where the masculine is definitely like that aligned action, that singular minded, like, let's get this built, whatever that may be, right? It could be a building. Think about all the amazing architecture that is out there. So that amazing architecture came from somewhere, right? Came through us to be created, and then we took action to bring it into the physical world. And so, why am I bringing this up? Because there are people who are so clear on who they are, whether it is aligned with soul, but they're just in a space of like knowing this is what they want and the focus to get there and taking the aligned action and having the confidence to make it happen. And so, my bigger picture and why I started this video in part with saying we all manifest differently in our own unique way. So, there are rules like vibration, law of attraction, having things be focused and top of mind, making sure you're clear on what it is you want to create. And I think for me, I don't think I would have been amazingly proficient at creating if I didn't have my spiritual connection. That is for me personally. I'm not, how could I say this without sounding self-deprecating? Because I don't mean that at all. I don't believe for me it would have been sustainable to confidently create from my ego. I really needed to confidently create from my soul. And, take that for what it's worth. I'll explain a little bit further. Ego fueled confidence is a beautiful thing. It is our solar plexus chakra. So if you lean into your solar plexus, you have an energy center absolutely designed to remind you when it's in balance that you are worthy, that you feel great, that you are confident, that you are present, that you are showing up for yourself and your life in the world. It is amazing. And so I like to balance my ego fueled confidence and that solar plexus confidence with the larger soul fueled confidence coming from my alignment. That's what works for me. I value in this lifetime feeling really good and really kind and really doing my part as a spiritual being to uplift the consciousness of the planet. So I wouldn't be great at staying in like a little bit of a superficial mode. And so really, I always encourage my clients and my students to find their sweet spot. What is your sweet spot? We definitely need that psychological ego fueled confidence. It's a great thing. It really helps us feel good about who we are. It's definitely a part of our human development. So definitely, go for it if it feels good to you. There are a lot of people that are doing it all the time. It's amazing. So ego fueled, soul fueled. I like the combination of both. If it whatever resonates with you, go for it. But the main thing is connect, get clear, get focused. Focus is all about the thoughts and beliefs that are at the top of your mind that the universe definitely will glom onto vibrationally. And so if you are really, really focused on getting something done or creating something and you're ready to take aligned action if need be to bring it into the world, that is what manifesting really, truly is all about. We could sit around and just have things come to us. I definitely have done that. We all have done that. Think about the times in your life where you're just like, whatever, I wish that I had blah, blah, blah. And 2 days later, a friend calls you and says, oh my God, I'm getting rid of whatever, this TV. Do you need a TV? And you do need a TV. That's what you were asking for. That stuff happens all the time too. And so I definitely don't want to say that, because I really believe in the magic of mindset and the power of the magic. But at the same time, the masculine and feminine energies, that divine energy where we, with the feminine, bring in the idea, and with the masculine, we bring it to life. And that beautiful combination, of being and doing and getting in the flow and really feeling joy in everything we're creating. That's really, really what it's all about. So lean in, listen to all the people talking about manifesting, and decide what resonates with you. Remember, yes, you can shift your subconscious programming if you want to. If you are very aware of beliefs you know are holding you back, go for it. But remember, too, you can definitely release them, right? So, if you were raised by someone telling you you'd never amount to anything, you get to simply say, I totally amount to things. There you go. It's gone. You don't have to hold on to anything. You don't have to hold on to anything that is not true for you. So connect, get clear, get focused, take action, build momentum, confidently create, and you get to decide if you want that to come from your ego, from your soul, whatever works for you. And then remember, always, we are living in a quantum reality. This is all energy. We are all connected. It is all one mind. And on an energetic level, as soon as you begin to really tune in and understand the nature of reality, you will be wildly ahead of the game. But it really matters to do your homework. It really matters to lean in. It matters to remember the essence of who you are: eternal, expansive, creative, and magical. Don't forget about the wonder of it all. I mean, and lean into the pleasure, even though life really throws us challenges, and they're there for us to find solutions. And challenges are there for us to, you know, evolve and become more self-realized. They don't have to be lessons unless you want them to be. Um, so in the description box below, I do want to say this. I will put a link down below for my newsletter that you can sign up for. It doesn't cost you anything, and then I just, will give you tips and tricks on all this stuff, and like how to align and be your best self, and hold your vision, and all of those really powerful things, and really begin to co-create your reality in a very powerful way. So I will put that link in the description box, and then you'll hear from me more frequently, and all of my really cool offers that I have out there, just to help you get into the flow for sure. And especially if you're like a purpose driven seeker, a heart centered entrepreneur, or any of those things where manifesting and creating your reality like really begin to take front and center in your life for impact and meaning and purpose, and finding your passion, and really, really discovering just how amazing you are. And if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button. And if you want to hear more about all the cool things that I've got rolling around in my head that really can be here to uplift you, go ahead and click subscribe, notification button if you are so inclined, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.